Welcome to today's video, guys. Me and joined by my two cute, furry little friends as we roll up to Road Atlanta for the very first round of Formula Drift Pro 1. Let's drive in the Panamera, also known as the Marinera, the Pomadera, Pamela Anderson, Panorama. You know, a little bit of a bummer, I was hoping to drive the turbo up here, but we got to put miles on the loaner instead, so I guess that's okay. And this thing is pretty nice, honestly. But we're rolling up to Road Atlanta, a little tired. It's a really, I wouldn't say really early morning, but practice and qualifying are actually pretty late at night, so it's not like a early type FD event. Most of the stuff is done at night, so in the earlier part of the day, we've got some photo shoots. I'll show you guys pit space. We'll go over some kind of, I don't know, little FD things.
You didn't tell them that you got a modeling gig as a Nitto Boy? We're heading to your Nitto Boy photo shoot.
What?
Your Nitto Boy photo shoot.
I get an umbrella.
You're an official Nitto Boy, so we're heading over to do a photo shoot. Got some umbrellas. Got the car ready. Oh, you can show them your new photo shoot ride height.
Yeah, so I don't know how I feel about it because it's kind of a tease. Chris was like, oh, I lowered your car for you just for the photo shoot. I'm like, cool, so I could look cool and then instantly heighten it back up. Well, that's a long line for will call. We're finna be late, I'll tell you what. Y'all call my line. Just did a little photo shoot with the Nitto team. Man, what an honor it is to be with these guys. Look at how beautiful Road Atlanta is. This never gets old. We did a small meet and greet of our own earlier today. FD has a Formula 1 that they do with all the drivers lined up, so I'm gonna go do that now, and then it's right to practice. All right, we're about to go out for practice. Feeling a little nervous. It's been a while since I've driven this track. One thing that I haven't shown you guys yet, PBK last minute was able to do a pretty sweet fade paint job on my helmet. Came out super sick, kind of ties in with the car. Last year I just had a basic carbon looking helmet. He smashed it, even did a fade on the translucent carbon. So I'm gonna hop in the car, do my best. I watched some video clips from last year to kind of give myself a reminder of what to expect, but I'm excited. First time driving here on the Nitto tire, and I've heard this thing's wild. Man, I forgot how crazy this track is. Definitely
not feeling 100%, but my first laps out were a lot better than I expected. Just trying to figure out the car, figure out how much grip to run in it. These tires feel insane and they let you get away with a lot, but I don't want to let that kind of cripple me from choosing the right gearing because I can get away with, you know, doing things that I normally couldn't. But anyway, I'm going to go out, just try to keep doing my best, focus on those points, and then decide if we want to do a gearing change. I'm having a hard time slowing down after entry. I know part of it is just my line's a bit weird, but what's funny is in the very beginning, I was actually doing much better than now. I think I'm just overthinking a little bit, so I'm going to try to go back to how I was driving in the beginning and then just work on the other parts of the track. Binding issues, it's not really the main problem. I think a large part of the issue is just not having grip in the car. So we're gonna try adding grip. I'm already just playing around and making the nitrous engage a little sooner, which will help with some of the bogging I'm seeing. But yeah, I just gotta learn the track. A lot of it's just Alright, before you guys watch this next run, we made a change with the car, and I want you guys to watch and comment below if you can notice a difference with what you physically see in the clip. Alright, now that you've seen that run, what we did made the car feel a million times better. I don't want to get into too much specifics just because of the fact that other teams do kind of watch our videos and stuff, and I don't want to give away too much. But
But what we were trying to accomplish before with tire pressure, we accomplished mechanically, and it made the car way easier for me to drive. It actually made it so much faster that I went flying off on top and still didn't miss that inner clip that I've been struggling to hit the entire time. So the car feels way more in control now and less like kind of floaty. So I'm super excited. It kind of sucked that it took a whole practice to figure that out, but if you guys watch a video last year and compare at least this year's runs to last year at Road Atlanta, or sorry, 2 years ago at Road Atlanta, which is the last time I drove here, even though I feel like I'm one of the worst drivers out here right now in practice, I'm still like 50 times better than I was my first time driving this track. So I'm happy, I feel a lot better. We have one more like little warm up where I get 3 more laps, and then after that, we have qualifying. They changed up qualifying and how it works this year. So basically, you get 1 run if you qualify in the top 22, or I guess it would be top 24, then you don't have to do another run. Or you're not allowed to do another run. But if you're above 24, basically the bottom 8, you have to do another run, and then that just determines your placement in the top 8. So if you don't get within the top 22 or whatever, it's very confusing. No one really understands it, but it encourages people to do good on their first run. So that's what I'm gonna try to do. Look at me and my beautiful girlfriend right here.
Stop.
Guys, the car, like, you know, that was really a development practice. I don't know if you could tell too, we were having a little bit of weird like burbly stuff going on with the tune in the very beginning. Freddie got that sorted. Just kind of comes with, you know, we haven't really opened this thing up in 4th gear yet. We just had the testing on the compound, which is like 2nd, but I'm feeling way better now. This place is so beautiful. Look at this place. These hills here are so fun in these golf carts. Also, kind of fun fact, this is my golf cart. How cool is it that I have golf carts now? I forget about that. It's like probably the best thing about the compound is that it came with golf carts. So I'm ripping my electric beast around, ready to go out for a warm up, feel way better about the car. It's feeling rough in practice. My confidence is much higher now. Stopped by Nitto and got the fresh 555 G2s. Look at these bad boys. We've got plenty of tread life left on a lot of our scrubs, and we're just starting with brushies just to keep it consistent. Look at all that goodness. Looks so sick in those rays too.
little bit of tactic. Because if you get in the bottom 8, you get a second run, but if you're not in the bottom 8, you only get your first run. I'm gonna try to do my best run yet and try to flick it a little bit more aggressively, because I know if I did my same conservative run, I'd probably wind up in the bottom 8. So I might as well go for broke, and if I end up in the bottom 8, then I get a chance to do my conservative run. So we're trying to do a bigger flick, initiate a little bit later. The rest of course I feel pretty confident on. It seems like it's gripped up a little bit watching the live stream, seeing other people kind of missing certain zones. So try to use that to my advantage and go to the best run that I can.
Always a fan favorite. Just, you know, bought his compound. If you don't know who he is, if you're just familiar with Formula Drift competition, really made a name for himself last year. I think he even shocked himself. So it's great to see him back here. As you know, he was just going to do what we called Pro 2 last year, Pro Spec this year, but with the doubleheader weekend, says, I'm going to be there anyways. Let's go ahead and enter Pro, because he did earn his license. And now here he is back at it again. And you know what? He sponsors his own program, LZ MFG, LZ Manufacturing. Adam LZ, one of the fans' favorites. Great looking car. Always has great looking liveries. Oh, but wrong side of that front clip. What happened there, Adam? And this is, I believe it is his first time driving as a pro. Whoa, buddy. So Adam LZ going absolutely rogue on the track. Wonder what's going on here with Adam LZ and his great looking S15. I mean, oh, what a bummer. Wonder what's going on.
Yeah, it comes very unsettled there, unstuck in two different places. I've seen the judges give incompletes for less or something right around there, but I think it's really going to come down to how far off course he was. Let's take a look at this first mistake here by LZ. An unfortunate, just comes up on the line a little bit too tight, drops 2 tires, takes out the inside clip, tries to get it back together. You can see the car was a little bit unsettled there, and this is not the driving that we're used to seeing from Adam LZ. And then going up the hill, again, another timing issue, goes completely off course. Wow, look at that. Look how far he shot that inside clip. You see that? That was crazy.
Wild.
So like I said, this way that they're doing qualifying definitely rewards going crazy on your first run. And I knew that my conservative run would probably put me in the bottom 8, so I figured I might as well go for broke, try to get a really good qualifying score. And if it didn't work out, I get another chance in the bottom 8. But unfortunately, it definitely isn't the best look, and I'm definitely a little embarrassed, especially reading comments on the live stream. And it does get to me. I could lie about it and say that it doesn't, but yeah, I felt really good in practice, but I think the car is just a little bit too hooked up, especially with the cooler track, and I'm just initiating a little bit too early. I don't really drive stuff this fast that often, and it's very hard to visually time where to enter when you're going so fast. And it's clear that that's something I gotta work on and get better at. But yeah, I got my next run. We'll go get some points on the board.
Really bad.
Here we go. Great looking car, but let's see if it's great looking in the competition and head to head. Adam LZ and the LZ Manufacturing, Nitto Tires, S15 Sylvia, coming down the mountain. James Addiction, past that front clip. Whoa, flirting with the dirt, and it comes unbound. Saves it. Wow, that could have been very ugly. Now coming into the keyhole, that second outside zone. The attitude of the vehicle, you see it just kind of lunging forward and rocking back and forth. Man, that kitty litter could have really sucked him in. He could have got pitted, but no. Comes out unscathed. That will be a score. Woo! He is wiping his brow. The LZ Lizards are going nuts. What do you think, Ryan?
Well, you know, like we had a bit of a conservative initiation from the beginning, but then he really puts a lot of angle in the car, and good thing that he does because he narrowly goes off course, and a beautiful save there by Adam LZ. I mean, that was very close to an incomplete. If he would have gotten into the kitty litter, it would have been game over. So that is a good bit of defensive driving there from him, still making it look good, looking for the best positioning that he can get, but also taking this opportunity to get one final run in the books for tomorrow. And as long as he gets a score, he's going to be in competition. You got to give it up to him. This is a very pressure-filled moment for these drivers that have these incompletes. Knowing that if I go out, I'm just giving away a spot. As well as himself, I'd have to imagine. And there he goes. He's going to be
that's good.
Going into 26th position there.
That's good. All right, so LZ is in. He will be seen head-to-head competition at 84.
I did not, I thought I was going off, man, on that entry. I had never entered that late, and it was terrifying, and I almost went off. I think I dropped like one wheel, but I felt like I pretty much almost backed it in. I'm watching it right now. I'm so excited. So glad it didn't go off.
It was definitely the flap. That's what did it.
Good rap video wide angle. Let me and Peter look like a G.
Try your luck, test me in again, we let it rain. Please don't start us up. Got that black and white, that yin and yang. Mr. Officer, please don't search us, we don't got a thing. Tell a pocket.
That's our boss, ladies and gentlemen. Alright guys, so it's day 2, it's official practice. Oh, actually, just kidding, it's official competition day. And after reviewing the footage from the other day, one of the things I realized was that I was entering a little bit too early. So going into practice today, the goal is to try to enter at the 2 cone instead of the 3 cone, since I was kind of doing that last night. So we'll see how that works out. So the changing track conditions, you can kind of tell, even though I pushed my initiation back to where it would have made sense last night, now I'm winding up going flying off track again. But one thing that I did notice watching back the footage, and I'll include another little clip in case you guys didn't notice it, I'm going to add more angle after I initiate to try to pitch the back of the car so when I get on throttle I can use the tire to slow myself down, and it's just straight understeering. So we're gonna add more grip to the front. There's a lot of compiling factors that will result in this. Part of it is again just my timing of my initiation that's affecting it. but it will be helpful to have a little bit more front grip so I can steer in and add angle to adjust. That way there's not just one perfect line that I can do, and then if I do make a little mistake in timing or when I follow people, I'll have the front end to control what's going on. But not stoked that I had 2 kind of trash runs in practice. I got the keyhole a lot better, but going off both times in initiation doesn't leave me feeling the best. So I'm chasing first, so that's cool, but I have 0 chase practice, so that's not so cool. But I'm following Rad Dan. He's a great driver. It's always fun driving with him. I'm excited to go up against him. His new Supra looks sick. I'm gonna do my best, hang in there, and then when it comes time for my lead run, I just gotta slow the down.
LZ Rookie of the Year in 2020. I didn't want to call him Roy. Dan Burkett leading out front, Rad Industries, Gear Wrench Toyota Supra versus Adam LZ. Look at this. Dan Burkett initiates Adam LZ right there. One of the best looking cars in FD. Actually, 2 of the best looking cars in FD. Love both of these things. Coming to that second outside zone. Let's see how they manage. Dan Burkett gets out there. Adam LZ, he needs to close that gap. He might be putting the car in the right places. As Dan Burkett shuts her down. Oh, what a bummer for Burkett. Oh, man. So let's take a look here. I mean, it was definitely blinded by the smoke, but I don't think there was any contact. What do you think, Roy?
Yeah, no, I think that was just a mechanical for Dan Burkett. His approach into that inside clip was a little bit slower, and I think it might have caught Adam off guard a little bit. Even though that Dan Burkett is fully within his right to do what he did there, he's able to pull a gap on LZ. Looks like he's starting to get away, and LZ is not able to close the gap, but after this section right here, he unwinds the car and shuts it down completely. Here it is, massive amount of smoke. He's not able to finish the run, and that right there will shut down the run for LZ, which means that Dan Burkett would be sitting on an incomplete, probably from a mechanical.
Down, so LZ with the advantage. LZ will lead. Let's see if he can keep it together, and if we get an advancement. As long as he keeps it where the rubber meets the road, we will have a winner as Adam LZ rips up. Oh, and Dan Burkett shuts it down once again, but Adam LZ swings wide. As long as he keeps it, like I said, rubber meets the road, that will be a deduction, but not an incomplete. So Adam LZ making his way through the course as long as he crosses the finish line. And Adam LZ, what are you doing, bro? Zero chill. How did the kids say? Wow. Adam, dude, what is your zero chill?
All right, let's explain this, Jared. So we know that Dan Burkett has an incomplete on his lead run. He also has an incomplete on his chase run from what we see here. Now, Adam LZ had to shut down his run because Dan Burkett in front of him had an incomplete, but then LZ does the same thing because he is, well, let's clarify. Is that a spin through the finish line? Is that what the judges are saying? I'm assuming that that's what it's going to be. And Ryan Lantane, can we open up your mic and let's talk through this a little bit just so we can explain it to the fans?
Yeah, it looked like Dan had some problems with turbo boost. It comes down to if he did spin, that would give him an incomplete. Dan in the chase also had an incomplete, and then Dan had an incomplete on his lead run. So even if that was considered an incomplete, Adam LZ still gets the win because he got 3 incompletes to 1 kind of thing.
So he just made us and all his fans very nervous there at the end.
Yeah, very, very nervous. He probably got excited. Maybe he realized that Dan had problems behind him, and it just gave him a little bit of brain fog there. He got a little excited. You know, that happens.
It does.
But he managed to hold it together and get through, so he will be going to
Ryan and Ryan, thank you so much.
So we got super, super lucky. I did a chase that I'm actually like pretty happy with, but it reminded me of a problem that I faced once in practice, and the front end kind of binds, and I wait too long to get on throttle because I'm trying to get the steering wheel unstuck. So we're going to try to address that now. We lucked out. Unfortunately, Brad Dan seems to have had some engine issues, and now we got to use this hour to get the car figured out before top 16, but lucky boy. We narrowed it down to I think what's happening on the downhill. There's a compression zone, and I guess other people are having this issue too. And on top of that, we went to a bigger power steering pulley, and there's so little power steering, and the car's not even moving. Like I can't physically turn the wheel unless the car's rolling. So even though we have a setup now that shouldn't fail, it needs more power. So we'll see if we can implement something. Otherwise, I might have to try to get on throttle to loosen the wheel, and then it'll be okay. Because it's just on that decel going down the hill that I think all the weight's over that front, and it's just getting stuck. And then it's making me hesitate to get on throttle, and then I'm like getting gapped. So I'm gonna work on that. Running late, gotta go. Going against Castro, awesome dude. I think we figured out part of the issue. I'm gonna have to sacrifice some front grip, but I think it'll help.
Back to the action. Jonathan Castro, Adam LZ. Jonathan Castro will lead. LZ give a chase. We got a clean start. Castro comes in across the nose of LZ's S15. Down to that front flip. Oh, LZ, great composure there. No nervousness whatsoever as Castro now comes in that first outside zone and the second in the keyhole. Both of them filling that second outside zone. Oh man, LZ being absolutely soaked in smoke, but still, so from whatever happened in 32 to now here in 16, you know what? I said he was nervous, not whatsoever. No signs of nervousness now, Ryan. chicane, no cones were hit, and there it is. Quite a better view with that long camera. And now Adam LZ into that first front. Massive angle there, running a backy into that front clip. Castro gets thrown offline. LZ with the S15 into that second outside zone. Castro taking a bit of a shallower line. Adam LZ showing you why he's 2020 Rookie of the Year. And one more clip, nasty snap by LZ.
A little more comfortable.
Woo! Yeah, a lot more comfortable. And I think the fans would agree. Even his fans, I think it looked great. Really good run there by Adam LZ. I think Castro might have gotten shocked on that initiation.
Some real points of differentiation, right? You have big angle initiation through that first inside clip, back on throttle, and then aggressively moves up the hill here, getting to that outside zone 1 and 2. And you can see he was on throttle right there at the beginning of outside zone 2. Castro struggled a little bit coming up the hill with LZ. Now he's starting to close the door a little bit, but LZ throws big angle through the touch and go, and then a nasty flick back around, which he throws right at that angle, holds it through the finish line. And see right here, he could have totally flubbed that.
Right.
And we saw that with the Denofa battle, where big angle can be a very risky maneuver, but LZ was able to pull it off pretty well there. And then he had some other strong points throughout this run, especially things like this, coming down the touch and go, snapping it back around. Man, these guys are laying it down.
All right. So it looks like Eggert says Adam LZ. Ryan Lund, Adam LZ gets the win.
Can we rewind that? That's good. Good job, Adam.
Castro was going really slow on his initiation. I actually hit him. Yo, Castro, thank you so much. If he was playing dirty, he could have spun there and he would have got the win, but he stayed in it. And because of that, I ended up getting the win. So that, in my opinion, is good sportsmanship. There was light contact, not enough to spin him out, but he stayed in it. We finished the run. My clutch started slipping really bad after initiation, and it kind of caused me to have a little bobble going up the hill. We got the job done. We're moving on to the grade 8.
What actually goes into it? There's a lot of talk about additives, and Royal Purple has its proprietary Center technology.
Got into it in their battle. We are now going to be taking a look first at Adam LZ and Odi Bakshis.
So Odi Bakshis, Adam LZ, and Ryan, you talked about this earlier, similar scenarios about Texas, LZ, and Jones, but here we go, right back jumping into it. Odi Bakshis and Adam LZ, two S15s, two very different builds. Oh boy, look at that nastiness. We got door-to-door, wheel-to-wheel, and LZ just absolutely slamming into the side of Odi Bakshis. Let's take a look at this. So let's see who's at fault here. I want to take a look at the instant replay. Saw a bit of an exchange there of Adam going up to the door of him. I don't know if it was a sorry or what the heck, or didn't see the...
Now, I think this is LZ getting maybe a little bit overzealous here, and we know how challenging getting the timing right on initiation is. This is all a momentum zone here, right? The contact is made 25 feet, 20 feet before. So Odi is allowed to basically slow down there in order to get ready and be back on throttle by inside clip number 1. I love the aggression here from Adam LZ, but you can see he's moving at a much quicker rate after initiation than Odi Bakshis, and Odi really just had to buckle up and take that one.
Yeah, 100% my fault on that one. I kind of slept a little bit at the light and got a little bit carried away. Kind of had a little bit too much closing speed, which on a lot of lower speed driving I can get away with it. But with this, a little bit of closing speed when you're going like 100 plus miles an hour makes it really hard to slow down, especially with different grip changes between cars and stuff. and I just couldn't slow down and made contact. And unfortunately, Albie judges that run being an incomplete, so he would need to do an enormous mistake for me to continue on to the next round. But, I'm sorry, Odie. He has a really good car. How's my car look, Colette? Just the front corner?
It what?
Did I just hit the front corner? Or?
Check 17, put it on there.
Mostly.
So like the door's fine?
The rear, I mean, I wouldn't say fine. It's had some bruises. But most of the damage is right there in the front. They're replacing the shop.
And a hammer.
It's okay.
I'm sorry, Odie.
Okay. Ready? I got the top ready to go. Off.
Get bolts up there?
2 minutes. Put the bolts in the back. Put the bolts in the back. Down. Down. Drop it down. Done. Time.
The look of defeat. I'm so sorry, Adam.
Sheesh. I mean, my guys, like, so close. We had maybe like 2 seconds to go. I mean, I didn't know I had to have the car running before it was out. So even if we made those seconds, the car wasn't running, so we would have lost anyway. This was a great display. I mean, my team got a front corner changed in 5 minutes. Not the best display of driving. I kind of went a little too fast. Probably should have not done that. I don't know. If you want to win, you gotta go big, right?
Absolutely. Adam, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Y'all killed it. I wish I got to see it from outside the car. We almost did it. I'm super happy. I don't know about you guys, but I felt like rolling up into the battle with Odie. Wait, no, not Odie. The battle before Odie, Castro. I was not having the best time, and I was ready to go home defeated, and it felt really good to get one solid battle, and you know, we proved that we could be here. Yeah. So. I'm shaking so much. Can someone hold this camera that's not? We all are. I can't. Who's got the least shaking hand? No, you always got the shaking hand.
I'm not shaking. I'm fine.
We need a woman's hands for this job.
Oh God.
All of our.
Yeah. What now?
Beer.
Beer?
Beer.
Oh.
Hot tub. Hot tub.
Well, I gotta say sorry to Odie.
Yeah, you don't apologize.
Yeah, it's a bummer. Hopefully his car's okay. My car.
Check out the damage.
It held up pretty decent, not gonna lie. The door honestly is the thing that I didn't want to hurt the most, and that's pretty alright. We're gonna have to
better than our last one.
Shoma, what do we say when this happens? What? What do we say when this happens?
Are we say or say?
Say. Do it.
He's got it himself.
So what we were just talking about, unfortunately, with stuff like this, there was so much of a gap that had I not tried to dive in a little bit, even if I did the best run ever, there probably would have been a couple car lengths, and that would be greatly weighed against me. So in situations like this, you kind of have to go for broke, and unfortunately, I broke, and I broke him. And that's sad, and I feel bad, but part of the game. It's always been an issue for me to slow down with this car, and I kind of had a similar issue with Castro too, but we're learning. We were able to finish the weekend a lot better than I thought we were going to be able to. I was bumming. I was a slumdog sad boy in there, and now I'm less sad boy. And yeah, we have an indoor hot tub at our Airbnb, so honestly, like, it's pretty cool. But, I wanted to thank everyone here because there were so many people that came by for like photographs or signatures and stuff, and I'm sorry if we didn't get to you. What happened was we did like one meet and greet like early in the day, and I thought we'd be able to do a bunch, but we had to cap the line, and I didn't get to finish everybody like I wanted to, so we like gave them stuff so they could come back later, and even then we still didn't have enough time.
Good job this weekend, Adam.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. And unfortunately, I didn't have time to do any other people on top of that, but the amount of support here and the amount of like people in the crowd, both on the internet and here, I know there's a lot of people that didn't believe in me, including myself for a large portion of time, but at least we showed that we belong here. And I'm excited for Orlando. I love that track. When I drove it in Pro 2, I had no idea what the f I was doing. Now I'm like pretty confident in that track, and it's fun. Yeah, so it's a cool car. So it was a great round. Proud of me, but I'm even more proud of the team. Couldn't do it without you guys. Couldn't do it without all my amazing sponsors. You guys know them.
car, which, by the way, the scaling in the hood wasn't right, so we were actually going to redo this, and the hood will look a bit better, and some of the stickers we still got to modify, but overall the car looked amazing, performed amazing. I'm excited for Orlando in 2 weeks. Now we're going to pack up, we're back home, and start going through this thing back at the shop. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you soon.